Hi homemakers, it's Josephine, and I was going to turn this into one video, but I think we're going to separate it into two just to keep the two themes separate. This and, geez, I don't know where the one piece is. Oh, here it is. And this. I have some good advice for when you are feeling, like, hey homemakers, it's Josephine, and I have some good advice. I was going to turn this into one long video, but I'm going to do one that's more specifically for the homemaking aspect of this channel, and then the other for the projects. They do kind of both showcase these. I was going to do more like just a quilting video about, again, finishing projects by doing a little bit at a time, and because I ran out of a certain thread color to work on one quilt, well, I could work on this. I have a lot more of this. I don't know where it is. And I took a good 2 hours tearing up my house and my crawl space, getting into a bad mood because I couldn't find it. And I started wanting to play the blame game on my husband until I found this, which I had been looking for this for months. And because I do labels on my cabinet doors in my kitchen, so when guests come over, they know where everything is. And I'd gotten frustrated by not knowing where that is. And you know where I found it? Somewhere I put it. And I remembered that I had put it there. I just didn't remember until I came across it again. And I realized I have no reason to get angry at my husband when there's a really good chance I'm the one who lost the larger portion of that. And I felt myself also getting frustrated with my kids because I have to stop what I'm doing when I had this motivation to get it done. Stop what I was doing to then help them out. They are the priority. I am my own person and I have my own wants and desires, but I chose to bring them into this world. So I have the obligation to take care of them, and I love them, and I don't want them to grow up. I mean, I don't even want to see them sad now dealing with me being upset with them for my own issues. They don't deserve that. But I just had to stop myself and just decide, you know what, I'm done looking today. That's a good 2 hours. I'm done looking today. I don't need to waste the rest of the day. I still have sanding I can do. I can still, honestly, I have a bunch of pieces. I can still make this bigger because with things like this and quilt blocking, I'll address that in the other video, but I don't lose anything by working on this section. And I need to calm down before I blow a fuse. And you can blow fuses in ways that aren't just taking it out on your family. You can take it out on yourself. If you've seen some of my shorts, you know I struggle with nail biting. And although I've gone like a very good 2 months without like biting my fingers until they bleed or anything like that, I'll catch myself. This one is the worst. I'll catch myself picking at pieces that get caught on things or picking at the paint. And I'm going to start doing it now if I do that. And when I struggle like this, I'll start doing that. So it snags, but I do also suffer from the anxious nail biting. But it's incredibly frustrating when you have motivation to get something done and then you can't get it done. It is, I don't know, the task-oriented version of blue balls almost, or when you have a pregnancy craving that you just can't satisfy. Funny story, actually embarrassing. When I was pregnant with my last baby, all I wanted, was it my last baby or was it the one I lost? I mean, that's not really relevant, but one of the last 2 pregnancies, all I wanted was the cherry Slurpee. That ice, the red one, the plain red one, not like Dr. Pepper. Everywhere I went for 3 months, the red was always out. Oh my gosh. It got so bad. My husband took me to 3 gas stations and a Target one day to try to help me out. I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm not even pregnant anymore now. I don't know. Don't do that. And I went into Target because sometimes they have the plain ones, right? Walked in, out of order. Like, this was what, 2.5 months into it? And I just screamed and I felt so embarrassed. I just yelled right at the Target, no! Again? I'm not even going to yell to the extent that I did, and people looked at me and I felt so embarrassed afterwards. I just came out because I was so frustrated. So that's how I feel, right? Like, I could scream into a pillow. I was getting so mad. I was talking out loud in the crawl space, when I wasn't raped by my kids, about like how mad I was getting about not finding this. And when I got out of the crawl space and I came in the house and I looked at the mess I now made, I was like, you know what? I could either leave the mess and binge eat all the leftover Valentine's Day candy I have and stuff and be even more upset, or I can stop right now, feel my feelings, and just refocus for the day. It's not even lunchtime. Well, it actually might be lunchtime now that I've been recording, but this is why discipline is very important, because that was an act of self-discipline to put a stop to me manically freaking out over it. Am I bummed? Yes. And I'm going to recognize that I'm bummed. I'm bummed out. It stinks, because I much prefer to go off that one piece and to keep going and keep it, because I want it to all be in one spot, as I've been gradually learning to do that kind of thing. But I can work on this one. It's okay. When I find it, I will have 2 larger pieces I can put together. It's okay. I'm not gonna, it's fine. But I have to have the discipline, not just to get projects done, because I don't have to spend the whole day also trying to work on this or find it. I don't need the discipline to keep finding that one piece. Sometimes we have to change our plans, and changed plans can be incredibly frustrating, but we have to do it. So I can still sand something. I can clean up the mess that I made. I can share with you my experience today. I can be present with my kids. And I found this, so I can actually change out the disgusting labels and put fresh ones on. I have stuff to do. And even if it's not as large scale as the group of postage stamp quilt pieces that I had to put together, I still have stuff to do. And not stuff to do like just chores, because yes, there's that, but stuff that I can do that's still part of me, which is why this advice is good even if you're not just a homemaker, and you're working on hobbies. So now, yeah, I used up time that I could have spent sanding way more than I did, or because that's the only real other thing I could have done. I can't really do anything else in terms of this. I mean, I could do a little bit of this, but I used up a lot more time for sanding. But you know what? I can still sand at least one board. One board is one board done. One board sanded is one less board I have to sand tomorrow. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a video specifically on the quilting projects, because at least I can show off that. But yeah, don't let motivation control you, because motivation is a tool, but it can also be misused. When you have a knife and you're cutting something like, I don't know, an avocado, and then you slice your finger, it's a tool, and sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it can hurt you. This is why we rely on discipline. And discipline is not just get the project done, get the project done, get the project done. It's just a tool to help round you out in all of life. And emotions are one thing. And even if I don't get the project done, I can still get something done. I can still be productive. I don't have to beat myself up either. The other thing I've said is you gotta show up for yourself. And beating yourself up because you have unmet expectations is not showing up for yourself. So I hope that this was useful. I am so sorry. The audio's crazy. For whatever reason, it could be because I drop this phone all the time, that the audio is not very good. I am also nasally congested and fighting something off. I don't know if I coughed throughout this. I'm not gonna edit this one. This is just one run through, but I hope that this advice was useful. Keep showing up for yourself. Um, Discipline and motivation are different things. They're both tools, but discipline is really, really something that I have found to be just the best way to not only manage my emotions, but my household. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.